It's Tuesday! Hi, friends!
Hello. Hello.
It's time for D&D!
D&D.
D&D Beyond! Okay, well, with all that being said, are you guys ready to hop in? Does anybody remember what happened last time? Does anybody
What was that guy's name? I wrote it down, I thought.
There was a lot of them. I was gonna say,
The last guy, Brian Flossin.
his name is Brian Flossin. It's so close to the Bob Paulson, but yeah. All right, well, let me read a little intro here and we'll get into this going there. So last time, the Brawlers, caught in the tangled web of New York's hidden magical world. Okay, I'm making sure my microphone's going. That scared me for a second.
I was like,
after I had to do
freaking,
I had to do an entire voiceover of the entire last session just so on YouTube it would have what I said, which it's hilarious. It's like the worst dub ever. Anyways, back at that. Last time, the Brawlers, caught in the tangled web of New York's hidden magical world, faced choices and intrigue. After receiving a text from Ivory, their pixie informant, they met with Bobby Knocker at the Naked Gnome, facing an ultimatum to either join the Black Hats or work against the Black Hats' enemies. Opting to prove themselves, they were tasked with retrieving a manticore horn. After enjoying a whimsical moment in the zoo, cotton candy for all, they delved into Central Park and met with Revniak, the Russian squirrel who provided them with a lead. The name, Brian Flossin. The faction, the the Shenu. That's way off on all this. With no leads to find Brian Flossin, they reached out to a potential other connection. Well, they thought they were reaching out to him. Instead, he showed up with a, "Hello! How can I help you?" And that is where we start tonight, as they meet with the half-elf human guy wearing all denim pants, suit, shirt, walking up in the dusk of the night in Central Park. As you guys are in an open green area, you see, as I said, Phelis walking up. Of you, Coley, you're the only one that has ever met Phelis before. Vash, you've seen his name come by here or there. And in fact, let's just start off with a roll. Vash, why don't you roll me a history check on this just to see what you know?
Natural 20.
Holy shit. Well, Vash, here's what you know about Phelis. You know, he showed up in New York City probably a good 10, 15 years ago, and has no clue how he got there. Literally just one night was asleep in Faerun, as far as what you know from that this other world that he knew of, and woke up in Central Park wearing weird green clothing and stuff, old medieval gear on him, and he had a squirrel with him, a 3-foot humanoid squirrel with him as well. And he was taken in by the Shenu in Central Park, and mainly taken in by Laius, their leader. And of course, you know, they hit it off right off the bat with the name Laius and Phelis. Over time, over the last 15 years, Phelis has proven himself to become basically Laius's right-hand man, and is high-ranking member in the Shenu in Central Park. One of the things you know about him with the Nat 20 and the Shenu, and they are not very happy with technology. They don't like it. They don't want to be a part of it. They ultimately, Central Park is kind of their haven that they've carved out here in New York City as the city has progressed with technology and computers and science and cars and all these things. Their goal is someday for the island of Manhattan to be turned back into the lush forest that it was once at one time. But since the Shenu are mostly elves, they know they have time on their side. So they take it as a war of attrition, a war in increments that they have against all this. And that's kind of what you know whenever it comes to the Shaynu and Phalis in particular. So you also know Revniak, who you guys spoke with last week, is basically Phalis's, I wouldn't say right-hand man, they're close friends. Phalis does not necessarily approve of the things Revniak does, but they're friends. So you see a Canadian tuxedo man walk up, and you recognize him immediately. Cole, you recognize him. Frankie, Amber, you just see this guy, and of course he's got this Swedish, weirdish kind of, maybe, I don't know, accent to him. Maybe a little Russian, maybe not. All you know is just hello. Comes out.
Bash just silently holds his hand up and awkwardly waves.
And he's like, I hear you looking for me?
Yep.
Wonderful. What you looking for?
Bash kind of looks at his counterparts. A person, I think. So, Mr. Phalis, I was wondering, we're looking for somebody named Brian Flawless? Flossin? Yeah, Brian Flossin. Do you happen to know where he is? We don't. So if you could just point us in the direction or give us some sort of clue, that'd be super helpful.
Everybody give me an insight check as Vash says that name.
Well, that's not good. Whoosh.
Ooh, 12.
You went real good to real bad there, Bash. 17.
Okay.
9.
All right. What'd you get, Vash?
Oh, I got a 1 plus my insight of +1. I have 2.
I love it. That fits so well with Vash. I feel like it. Frankie and Amber, you both passed on it. You notice, because you guys are kind of standing off to the side, I imagine, on this, that whenever Vash says the name Brian Flossin, that catches Phalis off guard. That he doesn't think that you guys should know that name, and why are you showing up here and asking that in this moment? So, Vash, Phalis looks back and goes, I don't think we've met, friend. Who are you?
Oh, no, we haven't. Hi, I'm Vash. Hi. No, we haven't met. We just got sent to you by one of my friends. You might know him, Revniak. He lives out here. So
I love Revniak. Yes, he texted me. He told me come talk to you.
Oh, good. So he told you what we need, right?
Vash, why are you wearing mask?
That's not. That's awkward. It's not a mask. It's not a mask.
Vash.
Yeah.
I don't think his mask matters, but where can we find Brian?
Why are we asking for Brian? What do we need with Brian?
Revniak told us that we needed him.
Why did Revniak tell you need Brian? I'm going to have to talk to Revniak.
Maybe you should talk to Revniak.
See, you seem to know names, but you don't know. I know my name, but I don't know your names. Who are we, Coley? What is going on here? Who are your friends that come and just ask names in the middle of my forest here? He's looking at you, Coley.
I think it's okay to introduce yourselves. It's the polite thing to do.
Oh, well, in that case, hi, I'm Frankie. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Frankie. We've never seen each other before?
No,
Interesting.
but I'm definitely looking very intently at him.
Okay.
Very.
Same. I just not blinking and staring.
I mean, both you guys give me an investigation check. Is that what you're trying to do? Check him out and stuff? Okay.
Kind of.
20, but not nat 20.
Okay.
7.
Okay. Yeah, Frankie. I mean, he's got a nice haircut, clean beard, stuff like that. Amber, you clearly have seen people like Phaelus before. Like he's half elf, so one of his parents was human, one of his parents was an elf, kind of a situation. So, he's got the pointed ears, but they're kind of not as pointed in a situation. Some of his facial features, maybe even a tiny wrinkle here or there, that definitely would not be something that you would see from somebody that was full-blooded elf, kind of a situation. So that I think with that kind of investigation on him, you also kind of, as you're checking him out and like trying to feel out the vibes of what's going on with this guy, you notice 2 short swords on each side of his hip, and you can kind of see maybe a bow peeking out behind him. But it's kind of an interesting, like you've seen this before. It's a collapsible bow, so he can it's compact, but he can pull it out, open it up to full force to be able to shoot out on this.
Did anybody else just go bow, bow in their head when he's made that noise? No?
A little
just
bit.
me? Okay.
So with that being said, yeah, he's like, nice to meet you, Frankie. And then he turns to you, Amber. And your name?
Amber.
Oh, I love that name, Amber. Amber. It rolls off. And you are Vash.
Yep, I'm Bash.
Are you the Vash?
I don't know what that means.
Okay. Well, if you don't, then maybe you are. Maybe you aren't. We'll find out.
Yeah. I'm sure there's another Vash out there.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Yep.
Okay. All right.
So any help with this guy Brian, so we could find him? He has an object of great importance that we need. So if we could get our hands on that, or at least to talk to him to see if we can get it, I think that would be helpful.
Oh, what kind of object?
Just a natural created object. I don't know exactly, but I know what it's called. I don't think I've ever seen one before. Just like the horn of a beast. No biggie.
A horn of a beast. What kind of beast? I love the animals. They are everywhere.
This is so weird. Being on the other side.
So you guys know, just to clarify this, I don't know. Phaelus is Corey's old character from a campaign I was in with him before. So it's just fun to throw Phaelus back in his face.
It's so, I know. Now as I'm like, I trolled you so much, and now I'm like, oh, this is how it feels. Okay, cool. But also I'm like, I love him.
He's
All
the
right.
best.
So we're looking for a manticore horn. Apparently, I didn't know. I looked it up. I don't necessarily know what part of the body the horn comes from, because some of them have it on their tail, some of it have it on their head. So we were hoping that Brian would probably point us in the right direction of where we could get one quickly.
And you've never met Brian before?
No.
But you think he has a manticore horn?
Well, that's what the squirrel told us.
Oh, Revniak, this is a magical story. Magical things happen every single day. I love this. I love this about you guys.
So you can point us in the direction of Brian?
Well, if you think about it, the world is a globe. So ultimately, if you point anywhere, you are pointing in the direction of somebody.
Do you have a closer coordinate, perhaps?
Oh, so many questions, and we just met, Vash.
I want to know so much about you, but it would be helpful if you could tell me closer location to where Brian is.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Damn it. Okay.
You're the one that kept talking and going on this. I'll let it happen.
This is it, guys. This is where we die. This is the full TPK right here. Ooh.
You started the night so well.
I know, so strong. What am I rolling? Perception?
Persuasion.
It doesn't matter. 2.
Holy shit!
I am not persuasive, ladies and gentlemen. I am a small little robot minding my business with a hoodie. I'm just like, So y'all
Not a
got
skill
any,
I have either.
Yeah,
you guys got any more of them manticore horns?
Yeah, as with the high insight you guys rolled earlier, or high enough insight, you see as Vash keeps talking and keeps spewing out this information that Phaelus's demeanor continues to just kind of get more and more shut down. He's asking lots of questions, but he's not sharing any information, and he's more and more just kind of like looking at this, what is in his mind to start off with. He's now checking out Vash a little bit deeper in his insights, like kind of going like looking through. Let me, yeah, but I mean, you can tell he's not trusting Vash at all. But you, Frankie and Amber and Coley, you may or may not be catching why he's not trusting Vash in particular. Amber and Frankie, you don't catch this unless you want to roll for insight on that particular reason. Why to keep away from the metagaming. But the more Vash is talking, the more you can see he's sizing up Vash, and he just like, the trust meter is turning down.
Super trustful. All the factions love me.
So I'm gonna kind of walk up to Phaelus and get a little closer and just kind of like grab his arm, not like maliciously or meanly, just kind of like take his arm and like look at it, and I'm just looking at his skin, and just kind of like very, very intently, just looking at like every feature on him.
Okay. I would say even coming up with this, it's a little bit dusk at night, but surprising your eyesight's pretty well for dusk at night with all this. And yeah, I'm trying to think how Phaelus would handle you just kind of walking up and grabbing his hand, and he's like, "Oh, hello, hello,
Hi. Hello.
Can I help you? Why are you touching my hand, friend?"
Your skin. It's very interesting. It's an interesting shade of skin you have here.
He's like looking back at you, Coley, and a little bit of this, like, your friend's weird here. He's like, I thought I had weird friends. Your friend very weird here. I'm going to take my hand back now, if that is okay.
Oh, yeah, no, that's totally fine. Have you ever met... Oh, no, go ahead.
Go ahead and roll investigation check.
I would love to. That is a natural 20 on the dice, sir.
His skin doesn't look anything like yours.
Okay.
So, very, I mean, as far as his skin is concerned, though, it's very, like, soft, supple hands and skin. It's nice, clear complexion. But yeah, the color of his skin doesn't come even close to yours.
Okay. Have you ever met anybody named Cassandra?
A Cassandra?
Yeah.
Oh, can you guys see me? Okay, cool. Everything froze on my screen for a second there. He's like, the name, no, not familiar at all. What does she look like? Where would I have met her?
I don't know, like 19 years ago, somewhere in New York City.
Oh, see, I have not been in New York that long. I've only been here for about 15 years.
Huh. Where'd you come from?
Where did you go?
Where did you come from? God,
no.
Damn it. He goes, you guys have so many questions. Roll me persuasion.
I would love to. That is a 22.
As he kind of side eyes Vash and is now looking at you, he goes, I'm wondering if I came from the same place you might have come from, my friend.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm a New Yorker, born and bred, baby. Been here my whole life.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have thought a wood elf like yourself would have come from Faerun.
A wood elf?
Yes.
Is that what I am?
Well, I mean, identities. We don't want to label everything, but I mean, where I came from, we would have called you a wood elf.
How can you tell?
Oh, that is a much longer conversation. Maybe we shall have that someday.
I think I would like that.
You could talk to your friend over here. She is clearly an elf too. She might know some of these things. As he's pointing over to you, Amber.
And I just kind of like look at Amber and be like, "You think I look like her?"
Ish.
I'm still just like staring him down,
Just
like
full-
no emotion, fully
Poker
trying
face.
to take it in. Yeah.
I'm loving this. He's like looking around at each of you guys. As you guys are talking, sun's continuing to set. It's getting a little darker and darker as it's out, but you guys are adjusting your eyes here or there. Where you guys are, there's probably like you can see there's a street that goes through Central Park a little ways off. There's a few street lights on it, but where you guys are, kind of a dark shaded area. Amber, give me a perception check.
$15.
15. Do you have an eerie feeling that you guys are being watched? Not just by Phaelus, by some other people as well, but looking around, you can't necessarily pinpoint who or where. Just kind of that feeling like, we're not alone here. Somebody's watching us.
Okay, I just keep that dead-eye stare. And are you going to introduce us to your friends?
I like you. I don't know if my friends want to come out right now. But I'm glad that you know they are here. You're very observant.
Vash is just like, what in the hell?
So, Frankie, you're from New York.
Yeah.
Born and bred.
Born and bred New Yorker, baby.
Born and bred. I've heard this before. So, they had, was the bread, was it a artisan? Was it a French loaf? What kind of bread was this after you were born?
Oh, honey, if I'm a New Yorker, if anything, it's going to be a bagel. Let's be real clear. But I just mean that I've been here my whole life. My mom grew up here. I grew up here. That's all I've ever known. Until this one dropped in, I didn't even know that there was another place. And I like point to Amber.
Interesting. And your father, he is here too?
Well, I don't know. That's the thing.
Interesting. And your mother, she's like you. She has green colored-ish skin, pointy ears.
Nah, she's as regular as they come. I mean, beautiful still. My mom's beautiful, but she's just a normal New Yorker.
This is very interesting. I like you, Frankie. You are wonderful. You should come to Central Park more often. Get to know more about us in here. I think you would like it a lot.
I can tell you I really like that Canadian tuxedo you're wearing.
I love the denim. It feels great on the body. It moves and flexible yet durable.
It is durable. I don't know that it'd be the most comfortable, but all right.
Okay.
Frankie's asked you a lot of questions, or Frankie's answered a lot of questions. Do you think maybe you could answer our questions? Or introduce us to your friends? And take either at this point.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Nat 20.
Damn!
Take a picture.
That'll never happen again.
Take a picture. He looks at you now, Amber. Looks at Frankie. Side eyes Vash. Looks back at both you guys. I feel like I can trust you two. Coley and Vash, we don't need them, do we? We don't need to talk to them. Okay. See, the thing is, we kind of know where Brian is, but we're kind of having trouble getting to him at the moment. Maybe you can help.
What do you mean you can't get to him? Is he in a tree?
I wish he was in a tree. If he was in a tree, we could find him. We could climb that tree and we could grab him and bring him down. But no, I wish that was the case. Maybe we should go somewhere a little more safe to talk. Don't you think? Out here in the open, so many people and possible ears and things could happen.
Well, as Amber stated, it sounds like the only ears nearby are yours.
She is so observant.
I don't know that we should follow you anywhere if you're not willing to introduce us to the people already here.
Well, I would love to. And mid-sentence, as he's starting to say, I would love to turn. In that moment, I need everybody to roll me a dexterity save. And your DC is 15.
12.
6. Bloody hell.
23.
Oof.
Nice.
Okay. It was a DC of 15. Everybody that is... Oh, what would be that? So just keep that in mind. It was a DC of 15, so if you beat it, we'll cover that 1 second. As he's mid-sentence, all of a sudden you guys hear a whooshing sound that envelops around you. And in that moment, everything becomes like a blue, crackly color. And the sound of just like the air freezing and all the warmth pulled from your body in one singular moment as this cold feeling just goes in through your entire body in an instant. Everybody that passed, you're going to take half damage on this, but everybody, you take 20 points of cold damage. If you passed, you take half that at 10. And then I need everybody to roll for what the initiative.
Initiative? There it
As
is.
like combat.
But wait, what does that mean though? If I do, does that mean I put damage 20 in the box?
Yeah, you take 20 points of damage.
Wow.
Yeah, out here. FYI, that was my third natural one in a row. By the way.
Holy shit.
Just
Would
so we're all
you
clear.
like another D20?
I just got the other one out because I was like, well, that one goes to hell, and that one goes to hell, and that one dies. So
Yeah.
13.
9.
Okay, so you take the damage and then what?
You take the damage and that's it for the moment of here. And then roll for initiative. So you're going to roll, add whatever your initiative bonus is, and then tell me what that is.
11.
Okay.
You guys were doing so well with the 20s. What happened?
Ooh. You cursed us. That's what happened.
I was absorbing it all. That's why I was getting all the ones.
All tapped out. I knew we shouldn't trust this guy.
Yeah, what'd you get, Amber?
I got a 13.
Okay, Vash, what did you get?
9.
And Coley, I missed it. What did you get?
4.
Oh yeah, we got this, guys.
I'm gonna die.
Maybe.
That happens. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Welcome to battle. Let me share my screen over
Oh,
here.
just kidding. I got a 5 because I was reading intelligence instead of initiative, and I have a +2 on initiative.
Nice. Wait, you rolled a 3?
I rolled a 3.
Yeah. Top kick. Loving it.
Okay.
Loving it.
If you guys want to, I'm going to drop this in the Discord for you. If you want to be able to just go to the app here, this is Owlbear Rodeo or Owlbear.app or whatever.
I'm one of them owlbear rodeos.
Owlbear Rodeos.
It's a great pastime in Erda. It's fine, guys.
But yeah, that'll allow you guys to hop in there and you can see the map. So I need to make Phaelus visible. So I'll say Phaelus was kind of there. Frankie was talking from there. I gotta admit all these people in if they want to. There we go. Awesome. Wow, everybody's joining in on this. Yeah.
You said.
No, it's funny. I was just getting on this. Okay. Well, it's first battle of the battle, like with maps and everything of the campaign.
Does anybody just all of a sudden really miss King Gizzard? I just want to point that out right now.
I will.
A lot.
You guys tell me where to go, and I'll
feel like
hit.
he'd be helpful.
He would be helpful, and we will allow his character to go attack things in this, so you guys know. I'm not taking away his stuff from you. As you guys are kind of like rearing back from this sudden just engulfing freeze ball thing that happened around you guys, you look off and to the northwest, and you see standing there 3 figures, dressed in purple, 2 of them, and then a large trollish looking figure in the middle as well, about 8 feet tall. One to the right, as you see there, has the Shadow Dancer on them title, and then the other one is you see this purple glow coming from around them. They were the ones that cast that spell on you in that moment. And we will now go into initiative for this. So let me pop back over here into my encounter deal. First up, out of nowhere, you see from the tree over here, one of Phaelus's counterparts, this elf, immediately shoots an arrow at the mage, and it misses as the mage slightly moves out of the way. And then we are going to go to okay, 1 to 2. I got 2 more on mine, and then Amber, you're going to be up. Okay, so just prep thinking what you're going to be doing on this. So let me pop back over here. You see this one with the name Shadow Dancer on it. They are suddenly just going to disappear and reappear right behind Phalus, and they are going to attack Phalus with their swords. Or actually, they have a spiked chain, a ball with a spiked chain, or a chain with a spiked ball at the end of it. I can say words and stuff too. Where is my dice?
Isn't that called a mace?
Yeah.
And he goes to swing over one side, back over the other, and you just see Phalus in that moment kind of duck to one side, move, and just very flexible and wry in this moment as he moves around and misses both of those hits against Phalus. The next up would be the mage guy. They all rolled high on their stuff except for the troll. You guys are lucky on the troll. They didn't roll that high. He is going to cast Firebolt against Phalus as well. And so he is... what is that? Where is the DC attack on it? Anyways.
Good question.
I have no clue. He misses. I'm rolling like shit right now. So you guys see this
Good.
purple fiery bolt fly out of this mage's hand straight at Phalus and completely misses him and goes off into the distance. You just see it kind of fade off past and then slowly get dim and then disappear off in the distance. And then we are to Amber, and then Frankie, you're on deck after that.
Okay, so I would like to just unleash an arrow
Okay.
at the Shadow Dancer, and then because he's within 5 feet of Phalus, I have a bonus sneak attack
Yes, you do.
action.
Because he's engaged with him.
So I would like to shoot that other arrow at his other eyeball.
All right. Well, the sneak attack would just be added damage to whatever you do.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
Roll to attack against Shadow Dancer.
And that's the 6 or just 20?
You roll your d20 to see if you hit.
All right.
So be whatever that is plus your attack on it, which I can pull up your sheet real quick here.
Sorry, thank you.
You're fine. We'll walk through this real quick. So you'll see next to your bow and arrow. We gotta here. Give me a second. I'm gonna help you out here. We're gonna do.
Appreciate it.
Where is it? There's your short bow. We're gonna equip that, and if we're gonna equip that, that increases that, and that. Okay, cool. Now, if you see on the actions, you got things that you can do there. So your short bow, you'll roll a d20, and then add +4 to it, and
14.
Perfect. And then a 14. Let me see if that hits. Sorry, I gotta bounce over to this guy again. That just barely misses. So you just see that arrow go, just barely misses by the side of his face as it goes screaming by. Okay, dokie. And that was your only.
Can I bonus action and hide under this tree?
Yes, you can. So we can just move you over here, kind of, you run up and hide in the tree. And what I'll do is, oh crap, I forgot. Oh my gosh, too many things. They changed all this stuff on Owlbear Rodeo. Radio. So we just know you're hidden. We'll just say you're hidden over there for now. Okay. Everybody take note on that. Used to, I could just right click and change the color of the circle around you, and I'd be like, oh, blue means that you're hidden. And now they don't have that. They have all these things, and it's too annoying to me to find the ones that mean. Oh wait, there we go. We'll just say you're invisible. Hey.
Hi, thank you.
I will get this at some point. You're not technically invisible, but you know, in this realm of things. All right.
Yeah.
Real quick before you go, Frankie, there's another wood elf that happens to pop up, running across the grass there up to the dancer dude, and that's a 2-0 Jon Snow. So he is going to cause with his attack. What would that be? That'd be 6, 8. He causes 10 points of damage against this guy with that attack. Okay. And we go to you, Frankie.
So I'm gonna start by looking over at Phalis and be like, "Are these your fucking friends?" And then
he's like, not the guys in purple, kill them.
And then I'm gonna kind of move back towards like Amber and Vash. And as I do so, I'm going to cure wounds on myself.
Okay. Next up it will be King Gizzard, and then Vash, you're on deck, so you know.
Yep.
I don't need to roll anything for that, right? Like I just roll how much I heal myself?
Yeah, you roll for whatever the spell. It'll tell you how much it is if it's like a D10, I think, and then plus.
I'm gonna do it at second level, so I'm gonna do 2d8.
Sweet. All right. With that being said, I'll let the group decide. Who do you want King Gizzard to attack?
I would assume the closest enemy, the Shadow Dancer.
Okay. So you see King Gizzard step over, and he pulls out his batons, whack, again, kind of out of nowhere, and you just see him go, whoo, whoo, swing 2 times at this guy, and we're going to say, I should not be rolling for him, is what I should say.
Oh no!
The Shadow Dancer's like, whoo, whoo, you miss on both of those. Yeah. Wait. No.
Wait.
Hold on. Sorry, I got King Gizzard here. What is this guy? No, he hit with one of them. Haha!
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes, and the guy... Okay, cool. Yeah, he hit with one of them. So, the guy weaves out for one of them, and King Gizzard comes up with the other one, just bam, right across the guy's face. You see a tooth fly out, land in the grass off in the distance somewhere. Nobody knows in that moment. And with that being said, Vash, you are now up.
Real quick, Vash does the same thing he did last time with the wizard. He just takes his hand out, and you see just like his arm just change briefly, and like these small little missiles go shooting out, and he attacks the Shadow Dancer with magic missile.
Oh.
And he will take all of the missiles in the face. So he will take 4 damage.
all of them in the face.
All in the face, neck, chest, the whole thing.
Well, it's like 3, so is it 4 times 3?
Yeah, so create a dart. Each dart hits a creature. Yeah, so do I get this 3 times? Oh, bro.
Yeah. So first one did 4 points of damage.
Was 1. Next one is 3.
7.
The last one is another 4, so that's 5. So
12.
9, 10, 11, 12. 12 damage.
That's like maths.
Oh, yeah.
I can maths.
Math is math. So 12 damage on Shadow Dancer.
So you see Phaelus's back is to you as he's kind of weaving from this Shadow Dancer, and you guys see Vash point his arm almost like at the back of Phaelus's head, and all of a sudden these 3 missiles come out. What do these missiles look like, by the way?
They're small little like tiny rockets, like very small rockets that like you see them go off like little fireworks.
Cool.
So that's very much Boba Fett / Mandalorian style.
Love it. And they all curve around Phaelus and bam, 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 hit this guy right in the face. He's as he's sitting there, and you just hear him as he yells. And in this moment, you hear him also kind of the Shadow Dancer say back like, "Give us the horn." Okay. With that being said, we now go to Mr. Trollman, who is going to start moving towards you guys at a speed of 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and he's going to walk right up to Phaelus. And he is going to attack Phaelus with a claw and a bite.
Checks out.
The claw misses, but the bite hits for... what would that be? 5 points of damage against Phaelus. Okay. So you see Phaelus, this troll comes up, and Phaelus is now starting to slowly get surrounded. He misses the claw, but then as he's kind of turning, this troll bites him in the shoulder. And you see Phaelus, get him! In that moment, yelling out. With that being said, you see 2 more elves show up out of the blue. So 1 there and 1 there. They're going to kind of circle around. See, 1 can get to there, and the other one's going to kind of rush up over here. It's funny, he's right next to you kind of in the tree, Amber, but he doesn't notice you. Kind of sneaking by there. And they are both going to attack the troll, and they both hit with the arrows. You just see 2 arrows, bam, bam, hit this troll in that moment. And the troll is going to take damage. Cool. Coley, you are up. And then Amber, you'll be next after some bad guys and elves.
Can I take wild shape?
Yes, you can.
I want to become the troll, but with different color hair. So they know who I am.
I would love for you to be able to do that, but at this current level that you're at, that is too complicated of a creature for you to be able to turn into.
Dang it. Well, it said magically assume the shape of a beast that you have seen before.
I get that. As a druid doing your wild shapes, you have to hit certain levels to be able to do certain level complicated creatures. Right now, you can do... What creature
can I assume then that's big?
Nothing that big. You could do a deer. You could turn into like an elk.
With teeth?
Not with teeth, but with horns.
It's not gonna work.
You ever been bit by an elk?
Ever been bit by an elk? Nah. Other than that, you've got like in your repertoire, I think like rabbits, cats, like fox, stuff like that. Smaller creatures. Like the biggest you could do right now would be that kind of elk or something like that, or a deer.
Oh, I think we're gonna have to throw the dagger then. Well, how far away am I from the troll?
You're within range. You're perfectly able to throw things.
Then I'm gonna throw my dagger.
Okay. Check your inventory. You might have other weapons too if you want to try those, but the dagger.
I have a dagger and a scimitar and unarmed strike. That's it.
Scimitar.
Whatever.
But you got a sword.
I got a scimitar. That feels like what they call it down south. You got one of them there scimitars?
It's like a Neverwinter.
It's Reptar's brother.
Reptar. Throw your dagger. You'll roll a d20 plus whatever your range attack is.
Okay, so I rolled my d20. And then plus what? My range is
whatever
plus 4?
Yeah, whatever it says. So plus 4. So what is that? 12. What is the AC on my... It misses.
Okay.
So I'll say, with a 12, it was pretty close. Like maybe just a tiny scratch went across his face, but then you immediately see as that scratch goes across his face, it starts to heal back over.
Okay.
All right. We have Wood Elf by the tree is going to attack, and he is going to hit the elf. Or not the elf, sorry. Wood Elf is going to attack the dancer, is what I was going to say. And that's another off of there, as that hits. All right, and then it's the Shadow Dancer's turn. He is going to attack Phalus. I am rolling like shit.
Good. Keep it up.
I've literally whenever it's the dice tell the story, right? So you see him. He has his two swords. It's the spike on the chain. So he swings by again, and Phalus is like avoiding this spike, like the plague.
Is it a flail? Is that what this is?
It's like think of like, I'm trying to think of that, what is it called? It's like in martial arts when it's like on a chain and it has the ball on the end of it, and they like can like swing it around back and forth, and then they kick it at times and throw it out there kind of stuff.
Yep, I know what you're talking about. Yep, totally on board.
That thing. And in that moment, as he misses the second time, suddenly the Shadow Dancer is engulfed in a cloud of shadow, and he pops up over here as he gets done with that. And we now go to who's up? As my mouse is being stupid, trying to catch up with stuff. We have our mage again, and the mage is going to, from that distance. You know what? He's gonna magic missile you, Mr. Vash.
I'll bring it.
So he decides 3 of them at you. I didn't know I need the D4s. Okay, 2.
Yeah, that's magic missiles, baby. D4, all that damage.
You see these 3 missiles just come screaming at you. They don't look like yours though. They're like blue lights, just tiny orbs that are coming at you as screaming force, but and you guys all just see all 3 hit Vash, and Vash takes 8 points of damage.
Okay. Oof. Oof.
All right. Amber, you're up.
All right, I would like to stay hidden if at all possible. And I'm gonna fire off another arrow at that troll,
Okay.
and then follow that up with the sneak attack.
Yep. Because he's engaged with somebody else, so in essence you would have advantage on it. So yeah, roll to hit.
Oh fuck. I got a 9.
It misses. So yeah, arrow
And then
flies
bonus
right by.
action, and I hide on a different branch.
Sounds good. Been there, done that. Cool. So yeah, you move 2 feet over. Just kind of, you roll out from one branch and then roll over to another branch before they can catch you. Cool. Frankie, you are on deck. I'm going to go ahead and say this wood elf. He is going to attack the shadow dancer. And that hits. You guys are lucky the wood elves are actually doing fairly well. So you see this, the other elf that's next to you up there. Oh, no. Never mind. That was this guy. But he still hit. He ran over and hit him real quickly. Okay, cool. You are now up, Frankie.
Okay.
King Gizzard and then Vash.
I am going to do things. I'm gonna run up kind of like closer to the troll, kind of like next to Phalis.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pull out my trusty dagger, and I'm gonna stab the troll.
Step.
Step. That is a 6, so I did not hit him.
I say you stab him, but it's like just right in the fat. And he just kind of like looks at you like,
Fantastic.
kind of like, it's like, all right, cool. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. We go to King Gizzard. Who are we having King Gizzard go after?
Make with the smashy of the big guy.
The big guy? Okay.
Smashy.
You see.
Part agree.
Okay. I say with King Gizzard 2 in this moment, you just see him all of a sudden just like, a full-on rage moment kicks in for him. So I don't want to take the moment away from him to be able to say, I would like to rage. But he does as he runs up. And so that gives him a +2 to his attacks. That's 16, 21. So both of those hit. And the troll takes the damage. Cool. All right. Vash, you are up.
Well, hell. Okay. Where the hell am I? How was the shadow dancer looking before he poofed behind me?
He was looking really bad.
All right.
Pretty
so
disgusting.
Vash, knowing he's not so great with the whack-a-mole, figured he'd go after the weaker guy. So I'm going to make a run straight for the shadow dancer.
Okay.
And I'm just going to take a big swing with, again, the tool that I go, very much that stormtrooper. You see this like gigantic hammer wrench thing come out, and just Vash goes running up and goes, huh? And just swings at him.
I also picture in my mind, because you're running past Coley, there's a quiet moment of like, excuse me.
Yeah, it's 1 second, I'll be right back. And I roll a, oh my god.
Is it a 1?
So I thought I'd be clever and I would use D&D Beyond, and it's totally a 1.
What the fuck?
That is my 4th 1 in a roll, ladies and gentlemen. That is 1 digital. That is 2 physical. Like everything I have rolled has been a 1, so I can't. I just
Wow.
can't.
I got more dice for you over here.
So yeah.
Yeah, so you have this, excuse me, as you go by, swinging at this shadow dancer, and he just completely misses, and you see Phalis out of the corner of his eye kind of looks and goes, Your technology sucks!
I feel like my Wi-Fi is broken or something. It's like the system is down. That's 4 in a row.
Maybe it's
4. Keep it tabs.
Maybe it's something about this forest area. I don't know.
It could be.
Something
Could
about
very well be.
technology.
Listen,
I don't know. You're just Vash is just can't figure. It's not computing in this moment.
Doesn't do well outside. Very much indoor character. Like outside is weird.
All right. So we go to the troll, who, after being hit twice by what's his name? By King Gizzard. First things first. Yep. Yeah, that's not that much, but I'll give it to him. You see his wounds. Frankie, you noticed this. I'll say this. You stabbed him. You saw like a cut go across it. Your stabbing just kind of closes. The wound just closes up and heals. No blood coming out of it anymore. And then the scrape across his face kind of disappears. When all of a sudden, up comes King Gizzard in this moment. Hits him a few more times, but then this troll turns and looks at King Gizzard and just full on just swings at him with this huge claw going after him. And we're going to see how this works on both of these. It's too much going on. King Gizzard is able to move away from the claw as it comes across, but then this troll reaches down, grabs him, and just full on bites King Gizzard in the shoulder, trying to go after the lizard before the lizard's able to move out the way. And definitely King Gizzard takes some damage in that one. So, but King Gizzard, he's a little bloodied, but he's holding things together in his moment. With that, the other 2 elves that had run up are going to quickly turn to the Shadow Dancer, I think. And the Shadow Dancer is able to miss both of those arrows as we go to Coley. You are up now.
Okay. I'm going to yell, Frankie, duck! And I'm going to run with the, how do you say it? Scimitar?
Scimitar.
Yeah, scimitar.
Yeah.
Scimitar? Okay.
Imagine the S isn't there.
I'm going to blame it on the fact I can't hear. So then, whenever I can't pronounce something, that's what I blame it on. Okay. And so I'm going to yell, Frankie, duck. And I'm going to run and I'm going to jump over Frankie. I'm going to take the scimitar and like go for the dude's eyeball and then roll away.
Okay. Roll me an attack.
Okay.
Oh, for the eyes, boo.
Before that, though, wait, yeah. Roll me an athletics check. Just don't roll low.
Just roll low.
Holy is super athletic. Gymnast, top of her class. It's fine.
3.
Wow.
+2 for acrobatics, so that's 5.
Okay. You're fine. Now roll for attack. See, we had to get the bad roll out of the way, people. That was all planned. That was on purpose. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20.
The dice tell the story.
The dice tell the story.
Nice.
So you see Coley running, and she's like, "Get out of the way, Frankie!" And she tries to, like, Frankie, you're like, "What?" You'd like duck a little bit, and she like jumps on your back, but Frankie, in that moment, like, you're not as solid as you thought you would be, and so you kind of like buckle as she's jumping off of you. So Coley, you don't really get the height that you're hoping for, and you're like kind of wobbly, and so it's not pretty. But you definitely do land that scimitar in the top of this troll, and then you pirate ship, like, going down the sails on your scimitar down the chest of this troll, just all the middle of it. And so we need to have you roll for damage on this. So we do the Chris Perkins method on this. So what's your damage? How does it tell you to roll damage for the scimitar?
1d6 plus 2.
Okay, so immediately you get 8 points of damage, and then roll a d6 to add to that. And I love that our youngest is trying to get his dragon into the camera shot.
Of course it is. He's got to get in there, man.
I have one of those.
6.
Damn.
I rolled a
Nice.
6.
Mass damage, so
Nice.
14 points of damage on this.
Fully showing up.
Yeah.
Right?
And in that moment, you just see this guy starts being bloody, just full bloodied coming out of him in this moment as he's hit that halfway point in his points. With that being said, the elf up in the tree, it's their turn, and you see them pull out an arrow, but before they do, you see them light it on fire and just pull back and shoot it at this troll that Coley had just... and
You stole my master plan.
lands purchase on this, and just the troll starts to catch fire in that moment as they take more damage. And you can see now he's looking pretty ragged, just like he's on fire, bloodied out as Shannon pirated down him like a sail on the thing. And we go to our shadow dancer dude, and he's surrounded by everybody there, and he doesn't look too good. What is he going to do? You see him, nope. He's got Vash right in front of him who tried to hit him. Yep, he's going to do that before. He's going to try to attack you, Vash. With his spike chain. Does a 16 hit? No.
Nope. I got a 17, Broham.
Damn.
1 point. 1 point.
So you see him, he's like full on like behind his back, circle around, kind of comes across you, and Vash, you're able to just kind of calculate and lean.
I feel it wouldn't even be that bad. It would be like, it's like the Velma moment. It's like, guys, my glasses. Oh, my glasses. Like gets down on the ground looking for his glasses, and the thing just goes over his head.
Over your head. And
Yeah,
he's like
it's not
standing
paying
there,
attention.
and he just kind of looks around, sees that he's almost surrounded by people, and you see his shadow disappear. And he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And so he reappears over there after he's done. And then we have our mage again. Okay, the mage is not taking any hits at all.
We're so good at combat, especially when our one combat buddy is not here.
I felt bad. I knew this was going to happen tonight, but it's all good.
Oh, but he's watching.
He's going to say to Phalus, he's just gonna, you could see him casting the spell, and he looks at Phalus and he says, "Bring me the horn." And Phalus now needs to roll for... And you see Phalus in that moment, just kind of his head reeling, and then you just see him shake off, and he's like, "Not today!"
Perfect.
As he's able to shrug off that one. And we now go to Amber. It's your turn.
I'm gonna follow up that fire arrow at the troll.
Okay.
And with sneak attack, and then roll on over to another branch.
Okay. So go for it. Roll me an attack.
9 again.
It misses again. Damn it. You guys are rolling so low. I feel bad. All right.
This is fine. This is fine.
Missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suddenly,
Run, Phalus.
suddenly next to you, Frankie, is this rugged elf with a sword, and he's going to attack the troll if he can. And yes, he lands a hit on the troll. And this troll is looking disgusting right now in front of you, Frankie. as it's your turn.
Fantastic. Can I like kind of sneak between this ruggedly handsome elf and the troll?
If you want to, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3.
Uh-huh.
Up here next to the shadow dancer, and to be very clear, as I run by, I smack that guy's ass, and kind of wink at him.
Oh.
And then I'm gonna run out into the middle here and just shout like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And in doing so, I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave
Oh.
at 2nd level.
Okay. And are you... I'm trying to think, it's a 15-foot box, or...
It is a 15-foot box.
Yeah, we'll say it works. Probably would be better to be here angle-wise, but it works.
Sure.
Yeah, because that's all 15-foot box that they're in there. And what's my DC save on that?
It's a Constitution save.
Oh, con save.
Con save.
What's the save number?
15.
They both fail.
Fantastic. Then they are both about to take some damage.
Yes. I was trying to see. I was like, I rolled a 13 on the die here. I was like, maybe he has con. No, it's not.
No. So it's 3d8.
Okay.
So that's 1, 5, 11 points of thunder damage.
Okay. So the Shadow Mage, you see him immediately be thrown back, like, I think it's 15 feet, right?
It's 10 feet.
10 feet. So he gets thrown back, and he takes his damage. And then for the other one, describe his demise for me.
He just kind of like, so he gets hit with the wave, and then he just kind of like fizzes into dust. Like in that purple dust that you see. He just kind of...
I like this. Yeah, so just like, what did you yell again?
Are you fucking kidding me?
You're fucking kidding me. And you see him start to kind of like fall back, but it's like in that moment, like you just, the resonation of like the audio waves, like a champagne glass or a wine glass, like just hitting the right note. You just see
very like Endgame, like when everybody's just kind of like,
I just see that vibration happens in this guy, and just poof, all of a sudden as he just turns into purple dust and floats off into the distance of this moment. Yeah, and then he just completely disappears. I'm on the wrong one if I wanted to do that. I think I closed out my other owlbear by accident. Crap. Yeah, so he's disappeared. I forgot I was not in this. Why is... There we go.
And since it's still my turn as a bonus action, can I say that when I smacked that guy's ass, I gave him bardic inspiration?
Sure. I like that.
I feel like that would be inspiring.
He's very inspired at the moment. Super duper inspired.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to King Gizzard. So we have King Gizzard on deck, and I think he's going to attack the troll. And he still has bonus. That didn't help. I rolled a 6 and a 7. Wait a second. Wait 1 second. It might actually have helped. Okay, King Gizzard is +6. So 7 would have been 13 with his rage, would have been 15. Oh, just barely hits him one time with that. And then what is his... It's a D6 +4. You see, I get to describe his demise, King Gizzard. As King Gizzard takes one of his rods, I think he kind of like flips it around in his hand and just shoves it in the eye of this troll. And just, you see this troll fall to his knees and then die in front of you guys in that moment. All right, that's 2 down as the mage is off in the distance, and we now go to Vash. You are up.
So I'm going to clutch my chest and cast defensive field and give myself 4 additional temporary hit points.
Okay.
So that puts me to 11. Sweet. I'm not completely dead. And I'm going to run 1, 2. How far? Hold on. 1, 5, 10,
Yeah,
15,
you
20,
unless you dash.
25, 30. Yeah, and that's gonna suck. Hold on, let me see. How far can I do? 20. So I gotta be 5, 10, 15, 20. I gotta get to Frankie. That's my movement. 30. I can do that. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15. Okay, I can hit him from here. All right. So I take my hammer. Hold on, let me see if there's any bonuses with this. I don't think there is. I just want to double check. Where is the damn thing? Infusions. Corey, infusions. Pay attention.
Artificer.
Yeah. I know. It's the thing. I don't know how it works, so I'm like, it's just doing the thing. So I get a +1 bonus to attack. Okay, cool. Sweet. So from here, Vash just takes his thing that he just pulled out, and after he tripped all over himself and got back up, ran over to Frankie, took it, and just chucked it at the mage.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
All right. And then I will hit him for 8 points of damage.
All right.
So you guys watch my hammer. So like runs up Frankie. It's like, again, just like passing everybody by. Excuse me, pardon me, hold on. And like runs up to Frankie and goes, hold on a second. And then chucks this thing and it goes, wah, 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 whacks the mage and immediately comes flying back and hits back in Vash's hand. So now I have it again.
Dude, I love this. I feel it's like a slow, like, you see the slow motion just kind of hit the guy.
Right? And then just very much like Thor's hammer.
Also,
comes right back in
let's
his hand.
clarify. It was like thunder wave, so he's kind of like slowly sitting up at the moment.
Yep.
Hit again as he falls back down. All right. We'll go to Coley.
Okay.
What you want to do?
I thought I was behind the troll at this point.
You're like right over here.
Because you didn't move me behind the troll. I wanted to run and jump over Frankie.
Oh, yes, I forgot to.
behind
Yes.
the troll.
You would have been behind the troll. Sorry, I forgot to move you. You are correct.
Okay. Am I close enough to pick up my dagger and throw it at the shadow mage?
100%.
Okay, let's do that.
And I believe if you're throwing daggers, in my mind, unless it's like you're throwing them every single turn, you kind of have a few extras. It's not like a big thing.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So go for it.
Okay.
From there, yeah, you can do it.
14.
14 hits. Roll for damage.
A D4 plus 2. Four.
It hits. You see this mage suddenly get just a dagger in his shoulder, and he's very much. You can just see reeling from this like moment, like and he's looking pretty rugged at this point.
Wait, it was 4 plus 2, so that should be 6, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I gave 6. All right. We see a wood elf shoot and miss. And Amber, we are to you. Oh, wait, no, we're to the mage. Sorry, I forgot his turn. He looks around at all you guys staring at you. And in that moment, he yells at Phaelus. He's like, "We will be back!" And he casts Misty Step. And you see him suddenly disappear. You don't know where he went at that point. As he disappears off into the distance, and a kind of quiet lands over the battlefield. And Phaelus comes over to you guys and is kind of like, You guys are pretty good at the fighting. Great job. Not you, Vash. You suck.
What was that? Who were they? Why you have a horn?
And he goes, I guess we battle together now. We are friends. We are friends. We can talk. We can help each other out, I think. Yes, we have the horn, but we do not have brain. That is sad. So
Brain?
Brian. Flossin,
right.
Flossin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't like you, Vash.
I got that.
We just saved your life, so I feel like that's a pretty solid payment for that horn.
It's not mine to decide that. It is not my horn right now. You must talk to Laius if you want to get the horn.
Okay. Can we talk to Laius?
After today? Yes, let's go. Let's go. We should eat together. We can drink together. We celebrate. We win battle. And we talk to Laius. Come with me. And you see him kind of turn around, and he walks over to the tree, Amber, that you're kind of still up in as you were saying that. And you see him just walk straight into the trunk of that tree. Kind of a Harry Potter 9 3/4 style. Train station style.
I'm just gonna hop down out of the tree and follow.
Okay.
Attempt to follow.
Definitely. You guys, you walk right through, Amber. Immediately, like, the tree is like, it's almost like an aberration. You can tell, like, but you were up in the tree, it was real for sure, but something about this trunk is like odd angles, whatever it is. You definitely are walking through into the other side. Is everyone else following as well?
Yeah. Vash just meanders behind and follows the group.
Cool.
But like, I'm gonna like elbow Coley and be like, "Oh, so now we can use magic? What are the rules here? I don't understand this."
That's Coley's just standing there wondering if she was gonna ask something. So you kind of say that right as you guys walk through the trunk into it, and immediately you're in what feels like a whole nother world in a sense. You see massive trees, tents all around, raging fires in front of all these little tents that are out there and stuff. Farther up in the trees, you see like the branches have been turned and bent into actual houses and stuff. Very much a Feywild feel-ish to all of this kind of stuff going on. And you see Phaelus standing in front of you there as the four of you come through. And if you look behind you, there's a tree there too. So you guys kind of just walked through one tree and into the other side of it. And he's like, "Welcome, everyone. Let us eat. We shall eat together, and I will get Laius. Come with me." And he walks along the way, and immediately, like, you see people off to the side working here and there, and it's everybody give me kind of a little bit of perception check on all this. Frankie and Amber with advantage.
I got 14.
Okay.
19.
13, 19, 14. Amber, what you get?
19.
Awesome. I'll say Frankie and Vash, you guys aren't necessarily, you're just kind of enamored by the stuff going on. Like, Vash, you've never been in anything like this. Like, you've been in New York for a while, you've been in some places, but like to be in a place that almost feels like a whole, full on. Vash is pulling out. Your phone, though, doesn't necessarily seem to be taking really good pictures in here.
You just keep seeing Vash, like, keep tapping it like something's wrong with the screen.
Yeah, screen's working and stuff, but as soon as you hold up that, like, it just looks like the rest of the normal park.
Yep.
Through it. It's like, what the hell's going on here? Amber and Coley. Let me see real quick something for Coley. Okay. Coley, you've never been in here before. Any of your interactions with the Shay Nu have been minimal, like in the park, other places, kind of stuff like that, conversations that you've ever had with them. But you definitely know that this is kind of there's always been hints and stuff that they have secret hiding places inside of Central Park, where they have their camps, where there's headquarters and different things like that. Amber, for you, like, oh yeah, you've seen this before being out among elves and going from different places. You've read about this in books and stuff in Faerun, of the ability of certain elves at high enough levels to, in essence, almost create like pocket dimensions inside of areas to kind of hide where their homes are inside of the woods. So an average person walking through the woods would never notice this, but if you were a wood elf or highly trained or part of their stuff, you might be able to find these secret entrances into their homes to be able to see everything around it. And so that's what you guys are realizing is like, oh, like they have like Central Park, that's how they make it around. Like there's probably, this isn't just one, this isn't the only one. There's probably other places in Central Park where you could go through a tree and be into their other dimension that's in this area and stuff. And so Phaelus leads you along, and you go in and you kind of like, you see tents here, trees, and he's just like, he's talking over his shoulder, you guys, like, that was very impressive with the jumping and the flipping the sword and the dragging down on that troll. Coley, that was amazing. I love how you did that. It's a fantastic deal. And Amber, I saw you. You nearly hit him multiple times. I love this. It was fantastic. Fantastic fighting. I love it. You didn't want to take the glory from your friends. I understand that. I feel that you were there for your friends in that moment. And you, Frankie, your use of magic. I love this use of magic to evaporate them in front of you.
What magic?
The spell. You cast it and it came out and it destroyed him in that moment. It is powerful.
Spell?
Have you not been teaching her people? No one knows this.
Most of my stuff I need equipment, so she doesn't know how to use my equipment, so I don't know how magic works.
Frankie, you are magical. You did not know this?
I thought you knew.
What?
This.
I'm magical? I got magic?
You got all the magics. Well, not all the magics, but you know what I mean.
Are we talking like Penn and Teller magic, or like?
I have not met this Penn and Teller. Are they strong mages?
I mean, they're hilarious.
Do they? Now be very clear. Do they use the weave, or are they part of the shadow weave?
They make stuff appear and disappear.
That could be either. This is interesting.
I'm just like still staring him down, especially after that quip that he made about my arrows missing, and just giving him the dirtiest look, but then look over at Frankie slightly kinder. Just, have you ever, I don't know, blown anything else up?
I mean, I didn't blow anything up. I just kind of I just kind of hollered.
Do things break a lot in your yelling?
I mean, I'm a New Yorker. Things break all the time.
Fair. But yeah.
And I'm just kind of
Sure.
still kind of looking around, and I'm going to look at Amber and go, is this water deep?
No. But how do you feel in this place right now?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean, it looks nice. I like the trees and stuff.
Maybe this explains why we could feel them all around us. They're kind of, I don't know how to explain it in modern day New York terms, but I guess it's kind of like that odd underground contraption with less obvious entries that they can move around about and have private areas.
Do you mean the subway?
I thought that was the place with the sandwiches. The thing we escaped on. The other, I don't understand
that was
time
the
right
subway.
now.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. So there's Subway, the sandwiches where they make you like a hoagie, which is not a good hoagie, like let's be real. But then there's a subway that you ride, and so that's where you go down into the tunnels and you get in the train, and it's always running late, but like it's like the best way to get around New York.
They never run late around here.
Your subways don't run late? And like I look at Phalis.
Phalis looks back and goes, I don't know what to I do. I hate the subways. I stay in the park. I don't leave here.
You don't leave Central Park?
Someone take me on subway one time. Screw that.
I mean, I know it's not like
Why would you go anywhere
luxurious.
else when you have all of this around you?
Oh, honey, there's so much more to New York City than just Central Park. Don't get me wrong. The park is lovely. It's nice. There's some great hot dogs in here. But, like, there's so much more to New York.
Now, wait a second. You get hot dogs?
Yeah. Haven't you had a hot dog?
Oh, I've had hot dogs many times, but they are too much work. Always ends up in
It's
bartering
too much work
and
to give like $1 and get a hot dog?
I don't know if we are talking about the same things.
You go to the cot, you get a hot dog.
Yes, I go to the hot dog carts, but I do not get hot dogs there. Why are you getting hot dogs at a hot dog cart?
What else are you supposed to get at the hot dog cart?
Whatever you want. You can get some new knives, you can get potions, you can get whatever you want at the hot dog carts. You've never gone to the hot dog carts.
They sell knives at the hot dog carts?
Vash in the background just goes, while he's tapping on his phone, yeah, I get most of my tools at the hot dog cart.
Yes, they sell stupid technology there too. But yes,
I feel like there's so much that you guys
some
are
of the
telling
best
me.
weapons are at the hot dog carts.
The hot dog carts.
Made by the finest. The gut rackers are amazing.
Gut rackers. That sounds familiar. Coley, we talked about them?
Yeah, they're the ones that run the hot dog carts.
And they sell more than hot dogs?
Mm-hmm.
Again,
All
Vash
right.
tapping his phone just goes, they're really good bookkeepers. They're really on point with their finances. It's amazing, really.
How are you more interested in the hot dogs than the fact that you're a wood elf?
I'm a wood elf?
Vash just looks up, confused.
Oh yeah, I'm a wood elf. A lot has happened tonight. Also, Amber, you ever had a hot dog? Like a real New York hot dog?
I didn't know that they lit dogs on fire in this time. I thought we would have gotten over that.
No. It's a hot dog. It's like a sausage and like a casing. You eat it on a bun. You usually put like some relish and onions on there.
I do like onions.
Phalis is like, then we will get you some onions for dinner. And maybe I'll send somebody out for hot dogs. It is okay. Come with me over here. And as he turns, you guys see that there's this, a kind of trees that kind of curve up and over it, and kind of a canopy of it. And underneath it is a huge table, just like probably 20 feet long. And there's this fireflies flickering up above it that are lighting this area. And place settings all around, and in the middle are just piles of different fruits and vegetables and all this kind of stuff that's in the middle of this table. And these guys, okay, have a seat. I will be back in a little bit with Leas. In fact, I would love to eat with you, but I had other plans for tonight. But I will tell Leas everything that you have done, and he will set you up, and he is the one to decide about the horn, but I will put in a good word for you, okay? Is there anything else that I could teach you? I'm going to get hot dogs for you as well. That's what I will go do. I will go get hot dogs.
Didn't you mention something about drinking?
You are right. In the flasks on the table, some of the finest wine and mead of all of New York. All right, I will be back.
Thanks, Phyllis.
And so he heads off, and yeah, you see this just huge wooden table in front of you with all these different types of fruits and vegetables and breads and cheeses, and then just there's wine bottles here or there and decanters. I'd say decanters just filled with wine, and you definitely see some small bottles of mead and different things there as well, and a small keg at the end there with some ale that's in it as too, as you guys are able to just kind of sit down and have a few moments before Leia shows up.
Okay, so let me get this right. I'm a wood elf. I'm magic. It's okay to use magic sometimes. And the hot dog vendors sell knives.
Yeah, that pretty much checks all the boxes.
Yep, that
I
sounds
can
about
only
right.
confirm the elf part, but girl, you're an elf.
An elf. Are you a wood elf?
I am not a wood elf. But I am an elf.
I mean, I could tell by the ears, I think. What does it mean for me to be a wood elf? Is that why I'm magic?
To it.
Are all wood elves magic?
Narrator, that's your cue.
What am I supposed to narrate? Like
I was
she's
like, she's asking y'all.
she's
Y'all are
asking
gonna do it.
y'all. You guys can have the conversation there.
Perhaps you give some context for those of us that are new to playing.
Does Coley have pointy ears?
Coley does not have pointy ears.
Okay. So Coley, when not in some weird form, looks
I
human?
retract my previous statement then.
Yeah. Coley, if you're trying to figure this out, roll me a little, I'll say history check. Vash, you can roll me an arcana check, I think, or a history check, whichever one you want. And Amber, if you want to roll a history check, you can roll with advantage.
15.
Okay. Good enough.
19 plus 5, so I got...
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Yeah, Amber
Nice.
knows it for sure in her head. So you know that wood elves, yes, they have, in essence, some innate magical abilities in them that it just comes with being part of that race. But some of the stuff that Frankie is doing, it falls more into some of the things that you've seen bards do in the past. That is, especially like you saw like some of the quick things that she says, people are like not just inspired to do things, there's like a magical inspiration behind that. Like, man, like she has a way to combat on that. The way that she used her voice basically to obliterate a guy, you know, casting Thunderwave in that moment, that just like killed the guy and stuff. Thinking back to the fight with the wizard, how whenever she just like, she made fun of him, that it physically hurt the guy. That those are things that not everybody can do. That there's something innate about Frankie that yes, she has magic in her blood, but the way that pours out is through performing, through her voice, through using that magic in that way to do those things. So being a wood elf gives her the ability to use magic, but the way that she's kind of in essence like naturally started leaning towards her talents has made her turn that magic into spells and stuff at times. And if she decided to continue down that route, she could continue in honing that magic in other ways as well. So you guys all know that. The other thing that you would know too, by the way, Amber, with your nat 20, is
She doesn't sleep.
well, she doesn't sleep. Yeah, she just kind of meditates. But the other thing is Frankie's full-blooded wood elf, and her mom's not an elf. and she don't know who her dad is.
Do you about Ma? How sure are you that she's not an elf? Because you said she wasn't an elf, but like, are you sure? Because you weren't sure that you didn't know you were an elf. So is it possible she's an elf?
I don't think so. I mean, she moved to the city when she was 15 from the Midwest. So I mean, all I've ever known is that she's just regular.
And you don't know your dad?
Nah. She said she had a one-night stand, and I was the result.
Do you remember her always being there?
Yeah, it's been me and Ma ever since I was little. Like, I have baby pictures with me and her.
I don't think Ma's your Ma, because you are not a little elf or like our friend Bayless. You are a full-blooded elf.
Wait, no. There's no way that Ma's not my Ma. Like, come on. I mean,
she's your Ma, but she's not your Ma.
But there's pictures of her, like, pregnant with me.
Conversation for Ma. But she's not your Ma.
How can you tell that I'm, like, full-blooded? This doesn't make any sense at all.
We can tell.
Oh, we know.
So wait, Coley, Vash, you guys have known this whole time and you haven't said anything?
I suspected that you had magic, but I didn't know to the full extent.
This is, So you're telling me that Ma is not my Ma, that I am a full-blooded wood elf, which still need to unravel that. I'm magical. The hot dog vendors sell knives and weapons. I need a drink. And I'm just gonna like walk off and I'm gonna grab like one of the flasks for myself and I'm just gonna take it and kind of like go sit off by the side and drink.
Just start pounding away. So as you're doing that, you're sitting off to the side, and in the distance you see this gentleman start walking towards you guys. He's wearing like just brown robes. He's got long blonde hair, a little bit of a scraggly beard to him, kind of a thing going on, and he's got a wreath around his head. And then he just kind of walks up to you guys and he's like, "Welcome, everyone. How are you doing? Phalis told me that we had some guests in here. How's we having a good time? I want to thank you so much for taking care of all the Shadowvar and the troll out there. But I hear you guys are looking for a horn? Did the cat take your tongue? Oh, cool. We got one that can talk."
We saved your friends' lives, and he was helping us get a hold of this horn. And now we're talking to you, so if you could just make that happen, we've got places to be. Frankie's gotta go home and deal with some things, so if we could just get that horn, we'll be out of here.
I have to go to work too.
Wow. We got an Amama Traumatron up in here.
Oh, that's offensive.
Oh, sorry. A middleman. That's so cool. Anyways, roll for persuasion, Amber.
16.
He looks at you and goes, "So you want the horn? I'd love to give you the horn, but I gotta say, it's a very magical thing, and we can't just be giving that to everybody up in here. I need to know that we can trust you. Why do you need the horn?"
That's a complicated story that I don't feel like we have the time to get into, but I'm also not from here. I'd like to get back home to Waterdeep, and I can't just walk through a tree to make that happen. And we need that magic.
You're from Waterdeep? It's been a long time since I've heard that name. That's a cool place. Never got to go there. Heard lots of things about it. Love it very much. Might want to go see it someday, but I think I'm going to be stuck here for much longer than I already have been. But I'm okay with that. Anyway, so yeah, you're wanting the horn. The horn of a manticore. See, that's the thing. That's a natural beauty. We just can't be putting that into anybody's hands, especially somebody that's got a metal man. See, I don't want to know what could actually happen to that horn. That's why we took it away from the Shadowvar. We thought they might be doing something bad with it. But unfortunately, we got the horn, but they got Brian. So I'm curious, maybe you guys can get Brian, and then I can get you guys the horn.
Vash just raises his hand.
Yes, Metal Man. I'd love to answer your questions if you got any.
So where is Brian? We've been trying to figure that out, but nobody's told us where he's at.
Oh, I could tell you exactly where he's at. Well, exact-deliciously where he's at. Not necessarily precisely, but I could tell you where he is.
Oh, okay. Where is he?
Well, I gotta know, is this a fair trade?
Vash kind of just looks at the group.
You know what? That's not nice of me. I should tell you where he is to make sure you go understand what you're getting yourself into. That'd be a nice thing like a guest for me to do for a host like you. Wait, reverse that. That's what we're going to be doing. Okay, so where he is right now, at least the last place we know where he is, was in the middle of Hell's Kitchen. They're beating the shit out of him last I knew of.
Oh, who's they?
Oh, the Shadowvar. Those assholes that were trying to kill you a few seconds ago. Minutes, hours.
Yep.
I lose track of time.
Yep. Do you know where in Hell's Kitchen they're holding him?
Well, they keep moving him around. That's the problem for us, or else we go get him. They've been using the tunnel network as the problem.
Oh. Okay.
Because back whenever they wouldn't let people on Earth drink the booze and stuff, they were using all those tunnels to move things around. And since then, they don't use it for the booze anymore. But the Shadowvar, they like to use it to move around, keep underground, stay secret, away from all the things going on and the happenings. You know what I mean?
Do you know where his last location was?
I can get that for you.
That would be very helpful.
Definitely could.
And then we can just go and get him and bring him back to you, I guess?
Yeah, if you did that, that'd be a great thing. You'd be a great friend of the Shanu. And then I know I could probably trust you with a magical thing like a manticore horn. And you're not going to do anything seedy with it, are you?
Sir, I don't even know what it is.
It's a horn of a manticore.
But is it like a curved up horn? Does it go on the tail or the head? I saw a lot of pictures. I'm not exactly sure where it belongs, and I just want to make sure it's not anything inappropriate.
It's the horn of a manticore.
Yeah, okay. You said that. Okay,
Let me be very clarificacious here. I am not trying to use a multi-entendre with you. What I'm trying to say is the straightforward truth in the moment, and that is the fact that this is the horn off of a manticore. Now, you must understand, not many manticores exist anymore in Erda. In fact, I don't even know if any do exist, so I don't know where the hell this thing came from. It's a very rare item, and could be used to do some very facetious, pretty very bodacious things, too. So, for that reason, there's only one that I know of. But there's also only one Brian that I know of for sure, too.
Mhm.
And Brian's a nice guy. And so I'd like
That's-
to get Brian.
No. That's when I'm gonna come back in, and I'm like, and I'm just gonna like lean on him. Now, this is some really good booze you got here, sir, and I like your crown a lot. It's very nice.
I like your hair.
I think they grew it out of my own head.
You did. And you did it very well.
So, are you Phaelus's friends?
I'm friends with lots of people. Phaelus is one of them.
Phaelus, he's funny. I like him. So
definitely is.
Brian, who the fuck is Brian? Why is he important? Why?
Brian is a member of the Shanu. And the Shanu like to take care of the Shanu.
So he's just like one of your friends?
He's more than a friend. He's like family. But not...
Oh, is he like your lover?
We've made out a few times, but nothing really dedicated, if you would say that.
So cute.
Thank you.
Hey,
I do think I'm cute.
That guy over there, does he have a girlfriend? Is he into girls?
He turns and looks, and
His butt. He's got a nice butt.
he turns and looks, and you're pointing at a tree, like nobody's there. You're clearly like thinking it's like so. He's like, I think he's single. If you want to go talk to him.
Just two big round tree knots.
Yes.
Okay, so Brian's just your friend that you've made out with a little. We all have them. And so we need
that's how
to
it
go
goes.
get him. And then you'll give us the manticore horn, and then everybody can go on their happy little merry ways.
Or you don't have to go on your ways. You could stay here with us if you wanted to.
No,
I
thank
don't
you.
know. I mean, shit, this guy's at least telling me stuff unlike you guys have.
You would just have to get rid of that phone. That would be the big thing. And
Wait,
and you can't.
And then I'm gonna pull out my. I have to get rid of this? I can't get rid of this. It's like my lifeline.
Then it's okay. It's okay. That's your decision to do that. I'm perfectly fine with somebody having technology. We just don't allow it around here.
Oh, well, that's a super downer.
We have
Col-
downers.
Coley?
We have uppers. It's all part of life.
Hey, Coley. Do you know anybody in Hell's Kitchen?
Idea. Hold on.
I'll make it quick for you, Coley, so you don't gotta look. You don't.
Okay. No, I don't know anybody in Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, we gotta go to Hell's Kitchen?
Roll me an.
I like Hell's Kitchen.
You roll me an insight check, Coley. Just really quickly. Just don't roll low.
14.
14. You're good.
Still-
Well, you don't know anybody in Hell's Kitchen. He is talking about tunnels under Hell's Kitchen, and you do have some connections with people that definitely know how to get around underground.
Okay. I don't know anyone in Hell's Kitchen, but I do know some people who are familiar with the underground.
See, this sounds great. Sounds like you guys are already making a plan. I love plans. I love it when people work through their plans and achieve goals and greatness. I believe you guys got greatness in every single one of you.
Sir, what does Brian look like?
Brian. Yes, we were talking about Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Brian.
Your makeout buddy.
He's very cute. I'll say that. Well, Brian definitely has the pointy ears. He's got the long hair. He's got great long brown curly hair. At least the last time I saw him he did. And I'll tell you this, he's got the most beautiful freckles I've ever seen. Most people don't have
Freckles
freckles.
are so cute.
I think they're magical.
So cute.
They're like a kiss from the god. Little kisses all over your face from the god.
Ma told me that my freckles were angel kisses.
They are.
You know,
They could be
my
pixie
mother.
kisses too.
And I like look at Amber.
Mothers are amazing too. I love them as well. But Brian, yeah, that's how you know. The main thing you'll probably know about Brian and be able to recognize him is he's the one that's probably getting the shit kicked out of him right now. You know, if you run into a bunch of Shadowvar that are kicking the shit out of an elf, I guess his name might be Brian at the moment. And that's the reason I'd like to get him back. Because nobody should get their shit kicked out of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
They shouldn't.
Exactly. I mean, we don't want our shit in us, but we don't want it kicked out of us either. There's other ways.
So
to
you
get
want
rid of
us
it.
to kick the shit out of the Shadowvar so they stop kicking the shit out of Brian.
That sounds like a great idea. I mean, I don't wish harm on anybody, but you should kill as many Shadowvar as you can.
Yeah, we're picking up what you're putting down. We killed his people because of Brian. And I'm just gonna kind of slowly just fall down to the ground.
She's having a good
the
time.
Shadowvar? Aren't the Shadowvar the library people?
I was gonna ask the same thing, Coley.
Don't
Yeah.
don't they
Yeah,
want
there's
to
some bad people.
already after us? Or we is I just figured we should maybe consider that.
Vash, roll me a history check with advantage. Coley, roll me a history check with advantage as she's asking you this question.
22.
Okay.
12.
Perfect. You know that the Shadowvar basically cover all. You said 12, Coley?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know the Shadowvar cover a lot of the west side of New York City, of Manhattan area. So that includes New York City Public Library. That includes also, I'm trying to think of Times Square, all that area. But Hell's Kitchen is also part of that section that they control and handle as well. Vash, you know that from things that Dick Strongthorn has have you do research on them for here and there. New York City Public Library definitely is a major stronghold of the Shadowvar. They use it as a prison to anybody that they want to take care of. That's where they hold them up and stuff. But that's not their headquarters. You do know in this moment that Hell's Kitchen is also not where their headquarters is. Their headquarters is in Times Square. That's the heart of it, of where the Shadowvar actually manage everything there. Hell's Kitchen is just kind of another place where definitely they run different things, but the underground network there is mainly where they keep to. They don't have places or stuff up top that they do. So, and historically, Hell's Kitchen was where during Prohibition, a lot of the speakeasies and different things were in New York City. So there's a lot of underground hidden networks. There's a lot of hidden. It's a place of secrets and hiding. So if you were to kind of you were trying to hide somebody and keep them away from people, that would be the place to go. It'd almost be like a maze of things. Like if you put them in New York City Public Library, that's a prison. You're somebody might be able to break in and go find one place there. But if you're wanting to move somebody kind of consistently around, that would be the place to do it, is in Hell's Kitchen.
Okay, I would relay that to the group. And then kind of looking at the group, Vash would ask, he's like, so how do we get in there and get out?
That's a great question. That's why we haven't been able to get in. I mean, we've tried to go a few times, but I don't even know how to use the subway.
I doubt they're going to just let us walk in there. Especially, Coley, if you said they're looking for us.
They might let you walk in, but they might not let you walk out. That's what's the most important thing. It's like jumping out of a plane. It's not the fall that'll kill you. It's the sudden impact of the ground.
God damn it.
By the way, favorite character of all time now.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, no.
I have
Top
never
5
had
favorite
this much
characters.
fun running an NPC as this one.
Okay. So, our plan is to basically go get Brian and bring him out. We should probably have a plan.
Well, here's what I would recommend. I say you guys all sit around the table. If this is what you want to do, you can have the place for the night. It's all yours. We got some beds here if you want to. And you guys can make up your plans and go and do it whenever. But if at all possible, sooner rather than later, because I don't want to get a dead Brian back. I prefer him to be alive. In fact, yeah, he should be alive. Or else the horn, I don't know. That's kind of tough for me to give you a horn for a dead body. But I might still do that trade too, if it's out of your hands. But if I find you took like 2 months and he died because of that, I mean, this is a complicated kind of trade. Why don't you guys just go get him? And if you bring him back alive, that's easier. If he's dead, we can talk about that. I'll probably give you the horn. I'm a nice guy most of the time.
And there's nothing else that you would want to trade for the horn.
Not at the moment. I mean, it's a pretty nice horn. And Brian's a pretty nice guy. So it feels like a pretty nice trade. I'm feeling pretty nice about this.
So maybe we figure out what we're going to do. We get some sleep and then head out in the morning, because nobody's usually going to fight anybody in the morning. I guess I'm not going to work tomorrow.
You should probably just take vacation from your job for a little while.
Yeah,
I'm sure you have a bunch of time incurred.
I do. I'll put my PTO in tonight for a couple days. I think that'd be best. I don't want to miss out, and Dick will be very upset if I don't show up.
That sounds like a great idea. Unfortunately, your phone's not going to work in here. But you know what? I'll have one of the guys show you out. All right. Well, I got a few other things I've got to do tonight, and so I'm going to go. But if you need anything, one of the guys will help you out. One of the ladies might help you out. One of the things or the people or the theys might help you out. Let's just be clear. They're all here to help you out. You're with a Shaynu now. You're safe in a happy place. All right. Well, I'm going to get going now. And you guys just let me know when you got Brian. I got the horn. Have a great evening. Goodbye. And that's where we will end for tonight.
I love him.
He's the worst, but incredible.
Right? Big and mysterious, and also high as.
So fucked up.
Yeah, love it.
Just
He's on all the uppers and the downers. Like,
Right?
he was
At the
talking
same
about.
time.
at the
Man
same
is
time.
literally drinking beer and Red Bull at the same time. Like, guys,
Yeah.
calm down.
Just having a good old time.
That's right. Love it. That's
like-
the next adventure when we have a barbarian with us.
For real.
I felt bad timing wise. I was like, but yeah, Jay, I'll have other battles for Jay soon enough.
Yes, it'll be good stuff.
But it's funny that he got to still have the killing blow.
Yeah, right? What is that?
Huge ass troll.
Not even here and still just knocking everything out. Appreciate you, bud.
So
Love
good.
it.
He's the greatest. Well, with that, thank you guys for watching. Whoever's watching at whatever time you watched, whenever you watch, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. All right.